This video will most likely be strike down. Also, if you guys don't hear from me for a while on YouTube, then you probably know why. It may be the knock knock, bang bang, get on the floor type shit. But besides that, I will continue to upload like normal, but obviously if I stop, I'll get a video up. I'll upload it on my phone telling you and showing you proof of what happened. Since you know, after a beef with the owner or people or higher ups of Velt, like Solium and like the partners, they just happen to randomly start getting DDoSed and doxed and swatted and whatnot, and pizza sent to their house. It just must be like totally, they have no control over that, don't they? And considering the last few people who's ever exposed Velt, like Jitterping and C Brady and I Make MC vids, have all had problems, and just randomly they start getting targeted by people. But hey, I don't know, maybe it's just someone's doing it. Maybe someone's just a big fan of Velt, you know? Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Baith, and I'm coming to you guys with actually a video I've been waiting to make. I would like to let you guys know I'm no longer a part of Velt. A lot of you, or it seems that I don't really know, to be honest. A lot of you don't know that I'm not with Velt anymore, but I know a good amount of you do. I talked to a few people. I was pretty much on my last week. I was already planning on resigning this week due to the amount of corruption of the staff team, like how pretty much anyone who was friends with a senior admin or up, or just anyone who can give staff, they pretty much would just give staff to their friends pretty much, or people that they liked or that they knew in real life, things like that. Or like you could pay your way like one staff member did since like 5 months ago. I think he's been staff, and I've been told like he literally paid his way up to senior mod. It's just things like that, and it's just corruption. And I was gonna resign, and I got demoted by a left boob, an admin that didn't like me. I remember he, for some reason, constantly kicked me from TeamSpeak. There was one day where he just kept on. He kicked me like three to four times, I think, just for like no reason when we were sitting in a staff lounge. I was the only person who got kicked out of everyone, and we were just chilling there laughing. Some of you guys actually might remember the stream where a person in my TeamSpeak was like acting like the SpongeBob, like that one Doodle Bob, that one episode of SpongeBob. I'll go and play it now. And he was sounding like that, and yeah, that was left boob. Quite a bit of people actually thought he was annoying, and so far out of everyone I've talked to about who's asked me about Velt, everyone said so far left boob does nothing, and they don't like him, and they think he's really toxic and obnoxious and just annoying, and I don't know. That's not me saying. He just didn't like me. I didn't even talk to the guy. Like, honestly, yeah. Besides that, also just letting you guys know the reason I was demoted. There is only there's three ways. I know, right? They never told me. I was demoted with someone else called two. I think it was T00 or TO0. It was like 2, and he was, I guess, demoted for abuse. So far, no one knows why I was demoted. Back when I was mod, I got 2 strikes. One was actually false for it. Apparently, I didn't record all my bans. Apparently, out of everyone, I was the only person who was not told that you had to keep your clips for a week after you recorded them. I asked them in my interview, can I record a staff series on here? And they said yes, as long as you record all your bans. No one told me how long you had to keep your recordings for. I was asked by, I think it was Sheep and CDST, do you have the proof of you banning these people? And obviously I couldn't find it, because I'm not even joking, the night before I cleared it. I cleared all my downloads, and some of the mods from before might know, because all the phasers. Like, I went to the point where I was literally at 4 gigabytes left on my PC. I legit had to clear my clips, like that, too much. And a lot of other people would know, a lot of staff, because this is when I was recording with AVI, not MP4. So the file sizes were larger, I'm pretty sure. Because I think AVI is larger and MP4 is smaller. I apparently also got a strike because I told a trial mod that you didn't have to record any of your, the hackers from, blatant cheaters, which is not true whatsoever. He asked me when we were staffing, doing those staff series, yo, did you record those guys cheating? And I just said, no, I didn't. They were blatant. That's all I said. I've said the same thing. I've never changed my story. I've said the same thing to everyone. And he said, when they told me I got a strike for the first one, well, since you don't have proof, and I was asking them, well, I could show you. I don't know, because this is when I would see a video, right? Someone send me a video, someone cheating, and then I would ban them. I wouldn't put the link on their account. I wouldn't put the link for their ban reason. I would just ban them, and then I could like maybe check my history. But you know, as a staff member, other staff should know this. Kids, a lot of times, even if you tell them to keep the video up, they'll delete the video or they'll private it or do something. So therefore, you don't have the proof anymore. And then after I got my strikes, I started to the point where I was downloading every single video I got instead of putting the reason. Because I wanted to make sure, even if I put the ban reason, like the link to the video of them cheating, that I would still have the proof somewhere on my computer. And then after, I remember talking, this is like a couple weeks, I think 2 weeks ago, I was talking to a senior admin. I'm not going to say who it was, obviously, and apparently he said he couldn't tell me, but he said it was very, very soon. When my 2 strikes, says your strikes last for 30 days, right? And I was staffed for legit 2 months, like just under 2 months. He told me they were going to go away very soon. So I was like, okay, good. That's off my back. Good. I'm happy about that. 2 weeks after is when I think it was 2 to 3 weeks after is when all this stuff happened, like with me getting demoted and whatnot. So I also got a 3rd strike. I don't know why. I got a strike from one of our platform sheep, right? I got a strike for not being at a meeting, a staff meeting, when there was no meeting. Every single staff meeting I could not make because for mine, I would have to wake up at 9 a.m. in the morning. And if any of you people wake up at 9 a.m. in the morning, please tell me, because I don't know any, like I asked a lot of people after I got that strike, that bullshit strike. I was asking everyone, I'm like, was there even a meeting? I literally asked around and they said there was no meeting. So I got striked for not being at a meeting when there was no meeting. So I literally did this only twice. I would stay up, and this is when I thought I'd get a promotion or something where I really had to make it. Like, I would stay up all night. I would not go to sleep, and I would just wait. And you don't understand, like when I'm like try to get caffeine or something, when I drink it to try to stay awake, I get really jittery and my heart kind of like clenches. It's like I get heart pains because I can't do that. I can't do all-nighters and like drink caffeine because it really fucks with my body. And like my hands might shake, or I feel horrible. I literally feel awful. I feel like I want to kill myself. But I did that twice, and the first time I got promoted, the second time I didn't. And there was like it was literally like a troll meeting pretty much. Like there was like no promotions, like nothing. But besides that, every other time I would tell them, yo guys, I won't be able to make the meeting because I'll be busy, or I just can't wake up in time. That's what I told them every single time. And they had no problem with it. And so after talking to my boy Castrix, RIP Castrix, he changed the reason from not being at the staff meeting to not being at SOTW. And for any of you people who watch my streams, I literally streamed SOTW. Obviously, I wasn't there at the very beginning because that is very early for me. Because the staff meeting is like 3 minutes before. Because I think Velt used to be at like the SOTWs back in map 3. I think it was either 5 or 3 p.m. EST. I can make that. I can definitely make that. That's around when I wake up in summer. But when it comes to like 1, I cannot do that unless I go to sleep at 10, and I have sleeping problems, so I can't sleep like that. I can't do that. And so I got a strike for not being at a meeting, so he changed the reason to not being there for SOTW when I literally streamed 8 hours of it. You're getting fired for not showing up for a very important meeting that we needed everyone to go to. So they fired you instead of actually going to see if the meeting was still there, even though they rescheduled it last minute. Like, that wouldn't make any sense. And I wasn't demoted for getting 3 strikes, because I know my strikes were up, because I got them back when I was mod. And I got mod, I think, after 1 and a few days. I got my mod rank after like 1 week and a few days. And there was also a time I was even false demoted, right? Obviously, I continued. We demoted me for apparently being racist. There's this one guy named Twitch Biatch. If any of you guys know Arson or knew me from Arson, you would know, or at least was staff on Arson, you would know there's a kid named Twitch Biatch who constantly would try to get me demoted. I think his name actually used to be Red Savage, I think, but he would just constantly try to get me demoted over anything. It could be from a different game, it could be from a while ago. He would try to like record me saying something and then try to get me demoted. Like, he was a complete and utter loser. That same guy comes in my stream, I guess he found my channel, and then he starts shit-talking me. And then I'm like, who the fuck is even Twitch Biatch? Oh, you're that one fat nigga from Arson. And I'll go ahead and play the clip now. Twitch, who the fuck even are you, kid? Like, oh yeah, you're that one fat, ugly nigga. Yeah, I remember. You want to talk shit, boy? I'll literally set you as my thumbnail if you really want to go there. So, yeah. Saying dumb, dude. Don't you have like actually like mental diseases? Like that's kind of like, I think you said, weren't you like technically retarded or some shit? You told me when I was staff nursing or some shit. You said some weird shit. So. And that's what I said. And that apparently I was demoted for calling someone a nigger. Apparently I called someone a nigger. I've talked to admins, I've talked to senior admins, I've talked to platform, I've talked to people, and I've asked them, is it okay? Because the way I talk, I say nigga. That's just the way I talk. I literally say that. I even say that at school. I try not to. I try not to say it around my family because my family's kind of like white. Like my mom's side is white. And so it's like, and my little sister's like kind of, she's mixed, but I'm like darker than her and all that. You know, this is the way I talk. I just try not to say it too much around like when there's a lot of white people, but when there's black people around, I always say, what's up, my nigga? Like shit like that. And they all said it was fine as long as I wasn't being racist. But we demoted me for calling someone a nigger, and which in the video I say he's that one fat nigga from Arson. For example, think of this. You work at a restaurant, right? You serve people, you're waiting. And a guy, you're at a bar, right? And a guy tries to fight you and like he's shit talking. You use self-defense, but you get punished for it because he was a customer, or he's a well-known customer that comes to that restaurant or a coffee shop, whatever you want to call it. And you get fired for defending yourself. That's absolutely ridiculous. And then there was also the second reason. There's a girl, it's in my staff series. I'll play the clip now. Well, that girl who I banned for X-Ray, right? Her friend was called Spankin'. And I banned her for refusing to SS because she wouldn't SS and she said, oh, I don't have to SS. She said, oh, do I have to X-ray? And she kept on stalling. She said, oh, I don't have it downloaded. I'm like, yes, you do. I know you're not, I'm lagging. And I was looking at her packet log. She's like, okay, I'm just not going to SS. But then her friend found out I was streaming and he's like, oh, wait, are you live? Because I guess her friend told her or whatnot. She saw like live in my name after everything was already done. And she's like, oh, well, you have to stop live streaming, which I don't because a manager said as long as and by the way, a manager is the same as platform, just so you guys know. And they said, as long as you don't show any personal information, even in a stream, I was like, are you SSing someone on stream? And I said, well, yeah, but I'm not showing the SS. Like, I'm just showing my screen. I'm not, like, I would keep my game. Everyone who's ever seen me SS someone, I've never shown the person SS because I might leak their name if their PC is named their first and last name. I'm not trying to do that. So I just had my game, and then I would only see no one else. But they literally said it was fine as long as I didn't show anything. And I'm like, okay, that's good. And then he unbanned her because apparently she's a catfish. I don't know. She's just some ego pretty much. And he unbanned her. And also in my recent staff series, like that was scheduled because I'm not still staff on there. I also play the clip now. He unbanned his friend from after I banned him for a day. He unbanned him right after, but he did it silently so I wouldn't see it. So this guy right here is literally speed hacking around. These guys are watching him. If you guys, oh, I'm about to ban these guys. Okay, look. Like, oh no, there's no way these guys are. He's not cheating. We didn't see anything, but I've been watching them literally stare at this guy, just move along, just watch him speed hack around. And then they come in here saying like he's not cheating.
If you really feel that strongly, you can ban them, but like I'd just like warn them and do it again, ban them, but like.
You can do whatever you want. You're a senior admin or whatever. You can go ahead because if you're friends with them or whatever, you can warn them or whatever. But
it's your call. If you really want to ban them, you can ban them. But like,
yeah,
I wouldn't.
You know, typically, I don't like also when people try to play me for stupid. There was a hacker in their base that they were talking to, and they didn't even bother reporting him. So if that's not teaming with a cheater, then what is? Especially if the guy is in your faction. And I don't know if he was in the faction or if he kicked him. So basically, obviously, I was telling people this is probably gonna be my last week, and I didn't get demoted for getting 3 strikes because. If someone says, oh, your strike's gonna end up really soon, but I got them like in the beginning when like my I think it was my first or like second week on there. Yeah, it was like my second week. I got those 2 strikes, right? Those would have already been up, without a doubt. So that's definitely not the reason why I got demoted. So there's one where Left Boob just doesn't like me, and there's no reason why he demoted me. So like legit, there's no one knows why I was demoted. People even still don't know I got demoted. They ask me like, why are we demoted? I'm like, I don't know. I was never given a reason. Typically they'll say, oh yeah, he was abusing or something like that. They have yet to say anything of why I was demoted. Like, oh, he got 3 strikes and he was out. I didn't get 3 strikes because the strikes end after 3. So I would have only had 1 strike after that one sheep gave me. And if that's the case, there's only one other reason why I would know. One of the 2 reasons is because apparently some guy told Infrareds that I called the player a cunt. Like I called the person, like he said, oh, Baith called me a cunt or some shit. He didn't send any proof of it, so obviously I didn't do that. Like, I don't just call random players cunts unless I'm in my team speak and we're just joking around. But that's my team speak. I can say whatever I want. Like, people just joke around and they just say whatever they want in my team speak because we just chilling there. And then there's a final reason. A couple staff members came up to me and said, by the way, just letting you know, remember how you got that strike? Well, on that day, bypass, because there's bait and then there's bypass. People have literally got us confused sometimes. And so apparently I was told that they mixed this up and they meant to give me a promotion instead, and instead they gave Bypass a promotion. So I was talking about it with someone, right? And then Bypass joined, I said, speak of the devil and whatnot, and then he asked what we were talking about. Obviously, because I'm not just Snake and I just talk behind people's back all the time, unless, obviously, there's some senior admin, like, we're talking about, like, abuse or something, because we've had people just us, like a circle of people, just talk about like people, like all the abuse we've seen this week, or we'll just talk about all the bullshit that's happened. And we were talking about it, and then I said, speak of the devil. He asked what we were talking about. I told him what we were talking about. And then he got left boob, right? He got left boob. He talked to him and he said, by the way, left boob said, get off my dick. And so I'm like, okay, and he said, by the way, oh yeah, you're wrong. And he was saying I was wrong and everything. And so he legitimately reported me. He's like, you're acting like I'm doing nothing. And for the staff team, for the other staff members who are active, and if you, everyone knows Bypass legit didn't do anything. All he would do was go on the forums, right? Ever since you got senior mod, right? And he would go on the forums and just accept and deny ban appeals. I wanted to do ban appeals. I wanted to help people, but people always asked me to help them because they were false banned. I know the console false bans. When it came to support rooms, we literally, and same thing with JQMM and Bypass, I would literally put bets on these guys, right? And it was really funny when we would do this. We would put bets and see if they would do a room. So someone gets demoted, they get the same staff rank back that they got before. Imagine if I got demoted for abuse, and then I joined TeamSpeak, they gave me my rank back. That doesn't make a lot of sense. That seems really fishy. And for a history of someone who's literally pays for ranks, and yet they want to deny it. The funny thing is, he had like legit, I think it was 3 hours on like pretty much every server, I think it was. And then he had like on Trio or on one server he had 22 hours, which I'm pretty sure he AFK'd to playtime. Like he sits on the server and then he does ban appeals to boost his playtime. And Shay, someone who started off as mod plus and then skipped senior mod to admin because he went to VidCon with Velt, like, so the Velt people, he's friends with Philip, and then he's going to TwitchCon with them as well. He's going to be at the Velt house. They promoted him, and legit, he had like a minimum of like 10 hours on every single server, and on Trio, he had a day and 4 hours playtime. So that would mean he played a total of 28 hours in 2 days. And this is after the server reset. And he's also been kicked for AFK playtime by other staff because that's all he does. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously, it wasn't a very good experience. It was almost like arson. I resigned on there, and then the owner begged me to come back just so he could demote me, just so he could say, oh, by the way, if anyone asked, like, oh, no, Bait didn't resign, I demoted him, like, when I did resign. And I feel like it's just like the same thing happened on Velt. They found out I was going to resign, or they just didn't like me. It was just perfect timing. I literally was saying how it was my last week. If I didn't get senior mod, I'm resigning. And so, yeah, I was gonna resign this week, and then they got me before. And I was supposed to resign on Monday, but you know, I was for you boys know I was with the boy. So just for a final reminder, I was gonna resign. They got me before I could. There is no reason, at least that anyone knows of so far, why I was demoted. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Love you guys, and peace out, everyone.